Welcome to Sports Talk.
Hello, welcome. I'm Nick.
Mike.
Talking about sports. Today we're going to be over the 2021 NFL draft grades for the New Orleans Saints. Sean Payton trying to build in the era without Drew Brees. The day has officially come. It's going to be interesting to see what the Saints can do without Drew.
It's gonna be
Mike,
tough.
go ahead.
It's gonna be tough.
No, it is. Absolutely. Payton Turner, first round pick after the Drew Brees era. What do you think?
I don't know what other defensive ends were there at this pick. Payton Turner was my 9th. I'm not a huge fan of this pick. I don't mind this pick. Like, I don't hate it, but I'm not like, I'm kind of like in the middle, Payton Turner is never most likely in the NFL going to put up big sack numbers. I think he's more of a run stopping defensive end than a pass rusher. I think he's 6'5". What do I have him here as? 6'5". You have a weight?
Payton Turner, time out even 1 second.
I got an old number, but it's probably not accurate. I got 6'5", 270.
I got 6'5", 268. You know, that's right.
So I think he's a big, strong guy. He's a violent hitter. I watched on tape. He hits hard. He doesn't care. But I just don't think he's going to put up big sack numbers because I don't think he's fast enough to get to a quarterback. I think he'll be more of a run stuffing, rack up tackles type of defensive end rather than a flashy sack type of defensive end, which they're important too. You know, you need to be able to stop the run and just be able to make tackles. And that's what Payton Turner is going to do for the Saints. I would have liked to see him probably – this isn't a flashy pick by any means. I'll come out and say that. I don't know what other defensive ends were still on the board. It's not a terrible pick, but I'm not blown away by it either.
Yeah, I don't know why. Like, I like Ronnie Perkins better. I had him ranked as my 10th ranked edge rusher right here, Payton Turner. He's a high motor and is willing to fight through multiple blocks. He is also really good in the run game. He can do both exceptionally well. I really don't know why I had him ranked so low if he can do all that. I had him actually ranked as a pretty decent pass rusher, pretty decent run stuffer. But I just don't know why I finished him at 10. Again, rankings get a little tough because there's so many people that can do so many things well, and then you just got to figure out where you want to put him. And he got 10th for me. Again, he wasn't a flashy guy in my opinion, like you said. So I did give this pick a C-. Let's get to the next guy, Pete Warner. Go ahead.
Pete Warner. What did Pete Warner run for a 40? You have that?
Pete Warner's 40 was a 4.62.
I think 4.62. So he's not. We're seeing more and more linebackers that are extremely fast and athletic. Pete Warner is not a guy that's going to run, and you're going to be impressed by. He didn't look slow on tape, though. He did not look slow on tape to me. I think he's a good athlete, and he moves sideline to sideline well. He's got good play recognition. He's a high-effort player, so he puts a lot out there. He leaves it all on the field, which I like. I'd say he's above average, probably in coverage, but I think he'll struggle in the NFL against somebody that moves a little quicker. But a couple negatives, I think he's overly physical. I've seen times where he'll just be too physical, like kind of like Jonathan Abram is, Nick. You know, you watch a lot of him. I saw a little bit of that out of Pete Warner. I don't usually have a problem with it, but when it's hurting your team, when you're being too much of a motor, that's a problem. So he's got to come down to reality a little bit. But overall, I like the pick. I think he was my – where do I have him before? I don't want to be wrong. He was my 7th ranked linebacker. I think he's a guy that can step into this Saints defense and do some good. I really do. I like the pick.
Yeah, for me, I'm actually a pretty big fan of Pete Warner. He was my 6th ranked linebacker. I said this kid can lay the boom on some of his film. He's a pretty good linebacker, great reaction awareness, lays hits when he can, right? I'm keep on saying lays a boom, lays hits. That's what this guy likes to do.
Yeah, very aggressive.
4.62. Again, that's not like like Mike said, nowadays people are coming out running 4.4s, 4.5. Like, it's crazy. He's a 4.6. That's usual. That's like the normal linebackers. Now we're having these crazy guys that are running 4.4s, 4.5s. It's like, you know, like when you don't hear one that runs that anymore, it's kind of crazy. I like the guy a lot. I give this pick a B+. I like Pete Warner. I like this pick for the Saints for another linebacker. Let's go to Paulson Adebo.
No, I know who Paulson Adebo is, but I don't believe I went into depth scouting. So if you want to go Paulson Adebo, you can talk.
Yeah, I
about
will. Paulson Adebo is my 9th ranked cornerback. I said the kid is a ball hawk. He makes plays on the ball. He's great at deflecting passes and picking the ball off using his flexibility. The thing about Paulson Adebo is I actually had him listed as one of my sleepers. Okay, so I had fools, golds, and sleepers. I thought he would fall down the board. He did. Right, he went all the way down here, and the Saints got him. I really like where they got him. I like the draft pick a lot. I'm gonna give this a B+ for the Saints. The final 3 picks that they had, Ian Book, I saw him play a lot. Didn't scout him. Go ahead. Did you scout him or did you just watch him?
No, I've watched him. Ian Book. It doesn't make sense that the Saints wasted a 4th round pick on a quarterback. In my opinion, you just pay Taysom Hill all that money. So Taysom Hill's got a huge contract. I don't even know what he's going to do on this roster. And you have Jameis Winston. So why are you wasting a 4th round pick where you may be able to grab another piece or a big depth piece on Ian Book? That kind of confused me. So I do not like that pick. I don't like Ian Book in the 4th round. It doesn't really make any sense to me. And the other 2, I'm not sure of.
Ian Book, yeah, I watched him play a lot. I like the way he plays. Like you said, though, the Saints don't really make sense to me unless they're going to get rid of one of the quarterbacks, which probably they're going to do, and then have him be the long-term backup. But I do like Ian Book. I feel like he has potential. I didn't scout him, so I watched him. It's different between watching a guy and going into detail and watching his film. Landon Gunn and K'Wan Baker, I don't have scouted either. Let's go into our draft grade for the Saints. What do you got?
All right, well, the Payton Turner pick, I like Pete Warner. I like that pick. The Ian Book one's very questionable. Payton Turner, it's not a flashy pick, but it could work out for him. I'm going to go with a C+ for the Saints draft here.
Well, we got 2 C+ then. I had them between a B- B between their draft picks. I only know 3 of the guys, and I'm going to bring it down a little bit. Again, we scattered 250 guys. I'm not going to knock you for not taking those guys, but there's a lot of good guys that I know of. And when you're taking people like Ian Book, for example, I might say, and Landon Gunn and K'Wan Baker, but I know that there's some really good guys on the board yet. I don't know much about them, so I'm not going to knock you for it, but I want to at least know 4 of the players that you draft. Having 3 is kind of concerning to me. That's all. All right, so guys, we got our coaching grades, and we got our division rankings and our hot takes before the NFL season starts. So be sure to leave a like, subscribe, and stay tuned for much more. See you guys soon. Peace. We are.
Well, better.
See you soon. Peace.